Hello, friends. I was sitting here thinking about how in tune I am to my body, and then going back to the first time that I recall that I reacted to something that I ate. I went on one of uh, those diet trains. One of those train wrecks. It ended up in a wreck, but I went on a diet. It was back in I think it was '87, and I stopped smoking, stopped eating, well, dieting. I went on a diet, and I stopped drinking all at the same time. And I only kept one thing out of those three, and that was not smoking. I ended up falling off the diet and going back to drinking. But what I learned during that period was I love milk. I love dairy products, but they don't love me. And what I found out is, it was interesting. I stopped drinking milk because, I was thinking fat, too much fat. I stopped drinking milk. And it was for almost a month about. And when I started drinking milk again, I noticed that my stomach was aching really bad. My low abdomen. I mean, cramping, like menstrual cramps, majorly. And then I got to thinking, wait a minute. Those were happening before I went on the diet. But they didn't happen while I was off the diet. They went away. And you don't notice something gone until it hits you, well, unless it's something, major, of course, but like something like that, if a pain goes away, you don't really notice it if you got so much other things going on. So I did a little experiment. I stopped drinking milk for about a week or so, and I noticed the pains went away. Now, these pains were bad. I would just roll over in bed and feel like somebody's jabbing a knife in my stomach. But so I stopped drinking milk for a little bit, and then I started drinking milk again. The pains went away, and boom, they came right back. And it was like, oh my gosh, I can't drink milk unless I want to live with this pain. And for years, that pain, I just thought, oh, I'm just twisting a gut because I'm overweight, and it's kind of twisting and pulling and stretching. No, had nothing to do with my weight. It had everything to do with the effect milk had on me. And I found that a lot of cheeses did that too. I mean, pure cheeses, not that American processed junk. But so I did eat a lot of cheese, but I would end up with a sore gut later. And I'm talking, down in the low abdomen area, or way down in there in the intestines. But yeah, and I only contributed that to milk, meaning that I listened a little bit to my body then, a little bit, just a little bit. But it was a start. It was the beginning of me learning to tune in to the way I feel according to what I eat. When they say we are what we eat, that is a fact. That is a fact. So think about it. How do you feel after you eat certain foods? Do tests. Stop eating for a week or so, and then eat it again and see how you feel differently. Just do tests with little bits of food, whatever you think might be ailing you. So yeah, give that a try. Listen to your body and trust your instincts and your what your body's telling you.